Okay, so good evening, guys. Just a quick confirmation you're able to hear my voice and see the screen, right?
Yes, Abdul.
Yes, Abdul.
Okay, okay, thank you, guys. So, yesterday we started with one of the most important topics in Snowflake, that is data loading. And we looked at the various methods with which data can be loaded. And then we look at the way how we can load, small data from using the web UI. And then we moved on to bulk data loading. And before actually loading the data, we were looking at something called as stages, right? So we learned that there are two types of stages. One is internal stage and external stage. Right now, we are focusing on internal stage, and internal stage is basically used for staging the files that you are supposed to load into Snowflake tables uh, from the local file system. That is when your files are available on your local systems. That is your laptop or your desktops, right? From there. So we looked at, you know, the different types of internal stages, that is user stages and table stages yesterday. And I showed you a demo also of how to stage the files from your local file system to the different stages like user stage and table stage. So I guess Arumugam had not joined the class yesterday. So did you get the chance to see the recording, Arumugam?
Not yet, Abdul.
Not yet. Okay, so you will have to first uh, download this NoSQL, Arumugam. This is, if you open your account, go to help, and then download this NoSQL, this client.
Okay.
Okay. So you have to do that because for loading files from local file system, you need the CLI client.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah, go through the recordings today after the class.
Sure.
Good.
So yeah, so today we will start with the third type of stages under the internal stage category, that is named stages. Okay, that is called as named stages. Right. So we'll look at this practical, and then we will also load a few files today, and then we will complete the local file system loading into Snowflake. So let's quickly read about this internal stage, internal named stage. Okay. So there are three types of internal stages, and these internal stages are nothing but temporary uh, location or memory or space, not memory, but space allocated to Snowflake for holding the local file systems. The file systems that are coming from local machine, it basically stages those files on those internal stages. Okay, and three types of internal stages are there: user, table, and the third one is named stage. And this is the stage that we normally use in our day-to-day life. Let me just quickly read this out for you and then I'll show you. So internal stages are named database objects that provide the greatest degree of flexibility for data loading. Because they are database objects, the security access rules that apply to all objects also apply. Okay, so these are database objects only, and you will create them under some schema. Okay, so that is why if you look at the web UI here, and if you go to the databases ribbon item, and if you say click on some database here, you will see this option called as stages here. Okay, so this is where you will create internal named stages, and you can create external stages also here. So let's not talk about external stages right now, since our discussion is limited to internal stages currently. So internal stage, internal named stage, or just say named stage, that is a database object that will get created from under some database and under schema. So whereas user stage and table stage are not database objects. Okay, they are implicitly a part of a user and part of a table. Okay, they are implicitly applied there. But a named stage is actually a database object that you will create. So if you click here, you can create a stage here. Let's see further. So obviously it's a object, database object. So what all privileges it has? Like any other database object like tables, views, functions, procedures, it will also have its own privileges, set of privileges. So if we go to all privileges, and see, so you have stage privileges here. So if you look, so you have this usage, read, write, ownership and all. So these kind of privileges you have. Okay, and if you want to create a stage, you will have to have privilege on the database level, because not database level, I think schema level. So if you go to schema, yeah, create stage here. See, so you can create a stage object under a schema. Yeah. So users with appropriate privileges on the stage can load data into any table. Okay, so there is a restriction in user stage and table stage about loading the data. For user stage, you can load into multiple tables, but other users cannot see those files of a particular user, right? So if I stage my files into my user stage, you guys cannot access those files. So that is a limitation, although I can load data into multiple tables from there. But as far as table stage is concerned, it cannot load into multiple tables. Okay, it can only load into that particular table only. But all these restrictions are overcome in the name stage. Both these restrictions are not there. Okay, so users who have the right privilege on that stage, they can load the files also into that stage and can also into any table, provided they have the privilege on those tables and stages. Ownership of the stage can be transferred to another role, and privileges granted to use the stage can be modified to add or remove loads. Okay, so this is similar to what we have been doing in the learning in the access control framework. You can always transfer the ownership, and also you can, revoke or grant privileges. When you create a stage, you must explicitly grant privileges on the stage to one or more roles before the users with those roles can use the stage. Okay, so usage grant we will have to give to the users. I mean, of course, the one who is creating the role that is creating that stage will have the ownership on it anyway. But if you want to give it to other roles, you need to give the privileges explicitly, like usage and all that. If you plan to stage the data files that will be loaded only by you or will be loaded only into a single table, then you may prefer to use either your user stage or the stage for the table into which you will be loading data. So this normally doesn't happen. Okay, it's only when you want to do something for testing. Only that in that case you will do that, because you will not have the hassles of creating a stage and doing all that stuff. You can simply put the files and load it. You don't have to have this intermediate step of creating a stage. As you can see, for name stage, we'll have to create a stage here. Before that, we cannot put files into this name stages. But as far as user stage and table stage is concerned, you don't have to explicitly create it. They're implicitly attached to their respective users and tables, which is why you can directly put the files into the user stage and table stage. Named stages are optional. Named internal stages are optional, but recommended when you plan regular data loads that could involve multiple users and tables. Okay, so this is quite understandable. What is the use case of using name stages? And normally we will use this only. Okay, so let me show that diagram that we were discussing yesterday. So this is our local file systems where you have the files. First stage is that you have to stage the files. That is through the put command. You can stage into the internal stage. And there are three types of internal stage. So this is internal named stage here. Okay, or it could be this table stage here, this table here at this stage, and or it could be the user stage. Okay, from here, once the files are in the staging area, then you can use copy command. So if you see here, copy into, see put file, copy into table, put file, copy into table, and copy into. So this is a tape. This is the command that will load your files into Snowflake tables. Copy. So you have two commands, put and copy. Okay. So now we will look at the loading mechanism also. And virtual warehouse has to be assigned, obviously, to do this. Okay. So let's first create a stage. Okay, so this is the syntax for creating an internal stage. And of course, don't need to say that it's going to be name stage. So it's simple only. You have to create or replace temporary stage. If it's a temporary one, or if you don't have to use it also, you can just say stage, give the name, okay? And then here you can give that file format object name, right? That we created here. This one we created, right, yesterday. So this you can assign at a copy time when you are at the stage level. Like this, when you are creating a stage, you're associating that this is the file format that it will be expecting. Okay. And this is encryption type. This is all default. I mean, you don't have to worry about this. This is all default. And there's one called as type the directory table. So we will look at this later, what they do. Okay. And these are certain file format. You can directly give the file format here also. Instead of, if you don't want to create it, like how we created here last time, right? If you see all these options we gave while created it. So if you don't want to create, you can give directly here also, like what will be the type of the file, what will be the format type options and all that. So let's see this. If your format type is CSV, then you can give all these options, field delimiter, skip blank lines and all that. But if you don't want to do that, you can simply create a format here and associate it with the stage. So up to you. Okay. Then there are certain copy options also, like on error. If an error occurs, what to do? Do you want to continue the skip file to some numbers, all that? Then abort statement, what would be the size limit? Do you want to purge the stage? Like yesterday, I told you that stages will consume storage. Once you have the file stage there, it will consume storage. So if you have this parameter called purge equal to true, so as soon as your loading is finished, it will purge the files. You don't have to go and explicitly do it. Okay. And some of these we will see as we go and start loading the files. So let me first create a stage for you and show that. So we will be loading employee files. Okay. And this is the data set I have taken out. Here. Files, employees. Okay. So we have five files here. So if I just open it quickly. So this is how it looks. Okay, so you have first name, last name, then email ID, address. I think this is city or something, and this is some date. Okay, so according to this, we have created one table depending on the schema here. This table we're going to create with first name, last name, email, street address, city, and start date. So I'll just go quickly. MODB. Okay, so I've created this EMP basic. Right now, we don't have anything here. Right. So first case, what we will do is we will stage the files into table stage first. Okay, we will not do it through the name stage. We'll first load the files or stage the files into table stage, and from there we will load the data. So let me start my SnowSQL. Cool, I'm connected. Use database. Demo. Okay. Now I'll put these files into my table stage. Okay. And so this is the put command. It cannot be, yesterday I showed you, we cannot run this on web UI, which is why we need the CLI. Okay. Here we will give the path of the files that are kept on our local system. Right. That is our laptop. This is the path where I have kept. And I will first stage it into my table stage. Okay. So as you all know, table stage is the name of the table stage is the table name itself. Okay. And we have to access it using percentage. Okay. So right now I'm already in the context here. So I will just say @ the table stage name. So as I cannot run it here, and yesterday, as I think Shiva was asking, can I create subfolders here? Like this is only for employee data, so I can do that also. I can say this create an employee folder and I can do like this. Okay. So it will do that. So let me, as I told you, we cannot run this command here. We will have to run it on the SnowSQL. Cool. So see, this is all loaded here, uploaded. And you know, I told you that to check the contents, we can go fire the list command, list and the name of the stage. So here in this case, it is table stage. Session doesn't have database. Okay. So see, it shows that 5 files have been uploaded. Okay. And if I want to go folder wise, like I know that this is the folder. So here that also I can do. So under employee folder in this stage, I have 5 files. If suppose there is some other folder with the department. So it will show nothing because this folder we have not created at all. Okay. But if you do like this, it will show all the folders under this. Okay. So the next thing is that we have to load the files. So as I just told you, the command to load the files is copy. So see this. It's quite simple. So copy into is the command. Okay. After that, you have to give the table into which you want to copy. So we have created this emp_basic one, right? So we will copy the data into this table, emp basic one. From, you have to mention from the stage where you want to load the files from. So we have put the files into table stage. So this is the place, this data files here, we have put it in the table stage here. So right now we are here, right? So now from this stage, we were able to pick up the files. And here file format, we are giving CSV and so on, but you can give the file format directly also, like the one that we created here. This one also we can give. So let me try this maybe. File format is format name. So we have to say format name equal to. I'll just create another statement, guys, in case it doesn't work due to some syntax issue or something. We'll go back to this one. Format underscore name. Format underscore name equal to the one that we created. So this is the one we created, and we said it is a CSV. which is CSV, and enclosed by this one. Let me close this file. Don't save. Let me just quickly open it as a notepad. Yeah, so it is a comma separated value file. Okay, so that format is fine. Okay, so file forward I have given, and if you want to load multiple files, we can give a regular expression here. So I'm saying employees file with 1 to 5, right? That is what we have. That is what we have in the stage, not on the local folder, but the ones that are there in the stage. This one. And on error, skip the file. I mean, don't load anything. Okay. So let me run this statement now.
Abdul, you did not give the folder name. You just gave the pattern for file name. Employee / employee dot zip.
No, that is fine. That will take from the root directory. There's no other file, right, under this stage. Any other directory is not there, right? Doesn't exist. Okay, so we created yesterday we created one schema called one schema or what? Some file format schema. Yeah, this one. This one. So tv dot because this object was in another schema, guys. Yesterday I created one schema called file formats, and under this I created this file format object. If you edit it, you'll see this is where is the schema? Doesn't matter. Yesterday we had selected that the file format schema. That is why that object is under that. So I just ran this query, okay? Not query, but a statement. And you can see in each file, this is the status after loading the files. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of them rows got parsed, okay? And there's no error as such. So if we go and look at a table now, so we have data loaded around 20 rows. Simple, it's that simple. So you don't have to have for files, you don't have to have a specially ETL in between. You can directly load into your Snowflake, okay, through your local file system. That's it. The copy command will help you to do that. Suppose now, let me just truncate it again. Okay, now suppose if I try to run this again, okay. So see, copy executed with 0 files process. So it makes sure that it doesn't duplicate the data. So once you have loaded the data and the same file is there, okay, it will not load it again. Okay, and this file will be retained up to certain period. I mean, after certain period, these files also will get purged. I think it is around, I don't know, 14 days or something. But till the files or the metadata information is there with the cloud service layer, it will not allow you to duplicate it. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just load 3 files and later we will load the other 2 files. Okay, and I'll show you. So
Abdul, this is Venkat.
yeah.
So I could not see the transformation part over there. Can we do the transformation in SQL?
Yeah, so you can insert this into a staging table and then you can write your procedures and function on this to transform.
before copying into the main table.
There also you can do, but it is better if you copy into a staging table and then do the transformations.
Okay.
So the some little bit transformations you can do while copy command also, but it is, I will come to that, but not many. So that is why first you will have to load into a table, and then on top of that you can write your procedures and functions to do your transformations.
Okay. So I'm asking the reason is the for example, if I have a 100 GB, I want to copy only maybe the 10 GB alone. So instead of copying everything, I can filter something and bring it out. That's the reason I'm asking.
Actually, copy command will not allow you to do filters.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain transformations that copy allows. Okay, these are certain transformations that while loading you can do, but filtration you cannot do while copying.
Okay.
Once you have it in the database, there you can do whatever you want.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I'll come to this in some time. So 20 rows got loaded, guys. So what I will do is, one, I'll just truncate this table. Okay, I truncated. Now if I run this command again, even though it's there in the stage, see, I don't have to put it again, okay? If I do the list, it is still there. These files are still there, okay? So now if I run this copy command, it will again load because that table is truncated. See, it loaded. Okay, so Snowflake manages all this because it has the metadata of the loaded files information with itself. So I wanted to show this scenario once, and okay, let me truncate it now. What we will do is I will make one file as a bad file. I'll do some, create some issue in one of the files here. Maybe this third file. Okay. And what I'll do is this is a date field, right? I'll just say basically something. Okay. Save. Yes. Okay, I created a data issue. Okay, let me now run this. Third, what happened? This is date. Oh, shit. Can anybody tell me why this? I created an issue, right, in the file, but it's still taking the correct. I mean, it's loading it correctly. It's not giving any error. Any idea?
Did we put this file to that path again?
Very good. Who is this? Arumugam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. So this is on my local system where I did the changes, but I have the staged files are still the old ones. So I need to stage it again. So I'll just remove this. So Arumugam, we can remove using RM command from the stage. Okay. So it will empty your stage.
Now, why we should remove that? Still, if I do that put command, it will not override with the existing one.
It should. We can try that. See,
Skip.
status skipped. Okay, because it takes care that you might be trying to reload the same file because which is already loaded successfully. Okay, so you might have to remove it.
So though there is a change in the data inside the file, still it will be considering only the file name, right?
Yeah, it won't go and check the data inside.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I have removed everything, right? See, it says removed. And now if I go and see the list, what is all in that stage? Nothing is there, empty. Okay. Now I will put these files, the changed files. So I have to. Okay, I have put. I forgot what makes it clear the screen.
CLS, right?
No, that is we are under SnowSQL right now, right? Okay, I mean that's it. CLS won't work.
Exit
Isn't
command.
it clear?
That yesterday we put some exit that ampersand
No,
exit.
clear the screen. Clear the screen.
Oh, okay.
If I exit, it will exit out of Snowflake. So I was earlier struggling with this clear. I was not getting what is the exit. Sorry, this clearing the screen command. But my student, he found it out and he told me how to do it. I just forgot. I'll find it out. It must be there in some chat.
Just type clear one. Just type clear. Just clear.
Yeah.
Clear, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. You have to know the correct one. Anyway, so let me. I have already put the files, I think. Right. So I have all the files now inside it. There's no data in my table. Quickly, I will check. It is there. Okay. Let me truncate it. I have the files now. I'll again load it. Oops. Still the issue. Still it is getting loaded. Which one is that? Employee 3. Employee 3. Althea. Where? Yeah. Okay, has it not loaded this file? How many rows are there? 20 are there. Okay. This one is there. I think it has skipped that one. On error, skip file. Oh, shit. Okay. I got it. So people who attended yesterday, any idea why could this be an issue? See, look at this. This is the command I executed. So Vinod, Shiva, and Venkat had attended it yesterday. So any idea why that record, although firstly it should have given me an error because I said on error, skip that file. So it should have told me in the status that that particular file has skipped. That did not happen. All the files got loaded successfully.
There was
Apart
no
from
key,
that,
I think. Key fields defined. We know
yeah,
there was no key, I think, defined.
key. What do you mean key?
Key fields in the table. While
Uh,
creation,
yeah.
we did not create a key combination, right?
You mean primary key, all that?
Yes, yes.
No, primary key doesn't work in Snowflake. We did this ACID topic, right? In that I showed you, like, even if you assign something as primary key or foreign key or unique key, it doesn't work. It doesn't impose it. You attended that ACID class, which I had taken? It did not load. See, this is the record I'm trying to see. What I did here was, what I did was, in this date column, I added some character. Okay, and my data type is date in the table. So it should throw an error actually that, this record is not this problematic. So we are skipping this file because in the copy command here on error, I have said skip the file. So it should say that it is skip the file, but it has loaded it actually. It did not give any issue.
Abdul, so
Yeah.
did you, how many records got loaded? Only 19? Their particular record got skipped?
No, 20 records.
All the records,
just-
can you go to, can you select the date column?
Whether it's considering as a header, Abdul.
Exactly. Very good. Venkat, that's good. So yesterday, when we created this format here, we said file formats here. We said skip header here. So it's skipping the first line. Good, Venkat. So let me truncate. So Vinod, you got it? It
Yeah,
is not.
Yeah.
It is
I got
not considering this row at all, actually. So now I've truncated it again, and now I will load it. I don't need to stage it again. See, earlier there were 5 rows in the table. Sorry, in the file. For all the files, there are actually 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it was just loading 4 earlier. And see the third file, number 3, I had created an issue, right? So it passed 5 rows, it loaded 0 because of some error. And see, this is the error. Number of columns in file doesn't match that of the corresponding table. Use the file format option this. Okay. What is, it will give you the error column also, which is, it is saying a 7th. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First error column. EMP basic 7. Okay. First error line 2. First error character 1. Error scene 1 error. Okay. So it has not loaded that employee file 3 at all. So we have 5 files. That is, each has 5 records, means 5 into 5, 25. So we should just have 20 files, 20 records. Okay. Now I will show you later also, like how we can pinpoint this error, that it has happened in this file only. So I will just revert it back and load it again. Okay. I'll load this file again. I'll just put it back. First, I'll have to remove it.
Abdul, put Control L or Control I.
For what?
To clear the screen.
Control L.
I. Yes. L.
Okay.
This is what
So
you want,
this is yes. So Control L, guys, in case you want to clear the screen. Now, what is Control I?
Control I for Mac. I think.
Mac.
Yeah. For both OS, they have L and I.
Control I. Okay.
Put
Control
Control I.
L is for Windows. No,
Yeah.
Control I is not working. I just tried. Okay. Did I put the files? Selected files I put. Let me truncate and copy again. All files are loaded. Which failed now? Failed again. Why?
So I can give any format. Is it, Abdul? Any DDD, year, month, date, any format I can give, or is there any
No,
preferred
no, no.
format?
You should give this /1 only. The one I just, this one.
No, slash is fine. If I give 2017 slash
No, no,
7
this
slash
one.
12.
What is this? DD, no, no. This is MMDDYY. Because
Okay.
see, it failed because I had this one.
Right,
This
but
one.
but if my source file is from different system, right? I cannot manually go and change the file. It should
No,
be
you can convert, no? You can convert it.
how
You can
we
convert
convert.
the format. I'll show you everything. Just hold on.
No, Abdul, my question is, see, now you are manually opening and storing, right? In a production, in a real-time scenario, we cannot, if you are getting files from mainframe, right? It will be different format. It will be
Yeah, that's what
2017.
I'm telling you, Shiva. You can convert it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Not from the file, but when you're loading the data, that time you can convert.
The insert command, to insert command. That's what you need to say, right? That copy into command.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I will have to stage it again. Put the files back. Still failing. Number of columns in file doesn't match that of corresponding table. Use file format option error or column count mismatch to ignore this error. One, two, three. Okay. Can you tell me what could be the error? I have the file opened. I'm giving you 5 minutes to look at this record and tell me what could be the error. It is definitely with the first row, right? Because earlier we were skipping first row because of that option that we have given in the file format. So obviously it was not loading it. But now we have removed that header skipping format of that parameter to 0 now. So it is taking this first row. So date and all is fine. Everything is fine now, but still it is giving an error. So what is the problem?
You are given double quotes now, Abdul. There we have a comma, right? Is that we need to give another comma, something like syntax?
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah,
guess section.
yeah, that is the issue, because it is considering it as part of the file. So when it is actually 6 fields, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it is making it 7. 1, 2, 3. This is 4. This is 5, 6, and 7. It is making it like that. Got it? So if I go and change the file format, edit, and I'll say it is optionally enclosed by, say, double quote. Okay, and I'll edit it. I'll truncate it again. See, all files loaded. Third also loaded. So if I go now, and it should be 25 records now. 25 rows here, right? And that earlier, that first name Althea was not coming. Now it's there on this. Okay, so that was this second issue was because of that comma in between here. So what we did was, in the file format that we were assigning, we said, okay, that files could be optionally enclosed by quotes, double quotes. So within double quotes, you have to consider it as a single value, complete single value. Okay, so that was the issue. So any doubts on this before we move forward?
Abdul, this Venkat. So my consideration is that staging is something like a bucket. It's not a table, right?
No, staging is not a table. It is a Snowflake allocated space.
Okay.
Okay, so it is actually a URL only. So, wait. There is something called as directory table. Okay, I'm going to show that to you in some time. So that time you will know like what exactly stage is. So stage is nothing but a, like how we have space here in local system is that there is a directory where we can put files, right? So stage also is a Snowflake provided space where you can put your files. It's not a table. Okay, it is not a table. Okay. Now, so one thing I wanted to show you for the tables. So right now I have put the file in the table stage, right? So and we saw that we can load into other tables also. That file that from the table, sorry, not from the table stage. We cannot put into other tables in the from the table stage. So maybe I will create one more table called as employee basic 2 here. Okay, and let me probably go and use this. See, access to stage area AMP basic with schema of another table is not allowed. Okay, now what I'll do is I will put these files in my user stage. So user stage, we have @ as tilde. When you want to access user state, it will be @ tilde. Okay, files are loaded here. Same command I will use. I'll just use the user stage here instead of the table stage. Files loaded. Okay, they are loaded into employee basic 2. Let me do a quick select on this. You have 25 rows. Okay, I'll truncate this AMP basic 1, and I will load the same files from my user stage. So you can use user stage to load into multiple tables. Okay, so I'm loading into multiple tables here. So that is also loaded. Right, so we can multiple tables we can load from the user stage, but not from table stage, as I just showed you. So let me just quickly remove all this. Let's truncate everything. And I will remove from stage also. So now we will look at, so I just showed you how we can load from the user stage and table stage. Same way only you will do from name stage also. The only thing that you have to do is create the stage. Once you create a stage, here you have to give the name of the stage. That's all. Rest all will be same only. No other complexities there in that. So let me now show you how to create a stage. So you go to database and go to stages.
Abdul,
Yeah.
I have a last question. Question
Yeah.
is very good name stage. See, I have
Name
file
stage.
A. Yeah, I have file A, which we already loaded, right?
Yeah.
The file has been overwritten by some other system. The file has been changed, but the file name is same, right?
Yeah.
So if you try to attempt the same file again, will it allow?
No, it will not allow
will-
you to put into stage.
because the file name is same, but the file is
Same.
different.
Yeah, no matter, doesn't matter. It will not allow you to put into the stage at all.
So we have to change the file name. If it is
Yes, yes. Or either you have to empty that stage.
okay.
Either of that option.
Yeah, because emptying table is not a feasible solution. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
No, not emptying table, emptying the stage, I'm saying. You can purge. See, okay, one more thing I'll show you just quickly. Just a minute, okay? I'll just show you. So I told you there's one more option called as purge. Purge equal to 2. Okay. Let me put them into the user stage quickly. I'm putting the files in the user stage, all the files. Okay. I'll list them. This list command and all is same for any stage, name stage or whatever stage it is. Okay. So I have those 5 files I have staged right now, and I load it into MP basic 1. See, all files are loaded. 25 rows. Now let's go and list whether the files are there. See, those employee files are not there. It's purged. Okay, they are purged.
Okay.
So now obviously, if I put them again, okay, I'll put them again. They're uploaded. Okay, and I try to load. See, it got duplicated because
Yeah.
that metadata is gone.
Yeah, which means that if when the file has been cleared from the stage, the metadata also is flushed. It is considered as a
Yes.
fresh file, even though the
Oh.
file name remains same. Yeah.
Yes, and that files in the stage are also kept only for some retention time only. It will not be there permanently in that staging area.
Yeah. Maybe after 15 days or whatever you need,
Yeah.
after if you try the same file, it will work.
And it will duplicate. I mean, it will duplicate the records if you have already there. So you will have to use your SCD or CDC kind of thing to have a merge in place, like upsert kind of a thing.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah, got it. I'm good.
Okay. Let me truncate it. Yeah. So we are going to come now to stage, name stage. And as I told you, the only thing is that we have to create that internal name state. That's it. All the rest of the things are same. There's no other difference in this. Okay. Let me create the stage now here. Okay. So guys, as you can see, so we are creating a stage. Okay. So all these related to Amazon, Azure, cloud, these are all part of external stages. So when you create an external stage, it will be either a stage for S3 bucket or a Azure bucket or a Google bucket from where you can load files into Snowflake. So that these three options, when you create using these either of these three options, it becomes an external stage. Okay. But if you have a file at the local system and it is an internal stage only, so you have to choose Snowflake managed. So this stage that is provided by Snowflake itself works for internal stages. While all the other three, these options, S3, Azure, and GCP, these are called as external stages. So that's why you see all these four options. So right now we will use, since we are working on internal stage right now, we'll use Snowflake managed. Next. We can give any name, whatever you want. So let's say internal stage, maybe my stage, maybe one. And okay, ideally we should have a separate schema for stages also. Okay, so what we'll create one internal schema here called as internal stages, and we will keep all our internal stages there. So let's create one schema in demo public DemoDB. We'll call it internal stages. Okay.
Only these name stages we create externally. User and table stages by default creates when you create a table and user externally. Yeah.
Yes, and they cannot be altered and dropped.
Yeah.
Okay, unless your user drops or unless your table drops, of course it will go off. But explicitly you cannot drop them.
That is automatically managed by Snowflake.
Yes, automatic.
Yeah.
And there are certain limitations also that we discussed yesterday. Okay, so let's call it my stage. Maybe one. We will use internal stages schema for this, just for good, segregation and. Okay, now my schema, my stage is ready. See this. This is my internal stage. Now, what all I have to do is I have to put file. So this is the third scenario here. This one. All this while I have put my file in table stage, then user stage, and then I did the copy. Now I will have to stage into the internal stage, the name stage that I created. I just created here my stage, right? So I have to put those files in that stage. So in this here, simply I will replace it with this stage name, and since it is there in the internal stages, right? So stages schema. So I have to give the full qualified name, and I go and put it there. This is in. Let me remove this. Removed. Now I'll put it here. Remove db dot internal stages dot my stage underscore one. Cool. So I have uploaded these files to my stage, which is internal named stage, from local file to internal named stage. And this doesn't have restrictions like only my user can see it or only it can load into one table. All those kind of restrictions are gone. Okay, but you need to have appropriate privilege to access these files. You need to have appropriate privilege on the stage. Then only you can access that stage, just like any other database object. So here same list command will be same. All you have to do is give @ the name of the stage. Okay, so I just fired that command. We have 5 files. And here also, like Shiva, you can give your folders also here if you want to give employee like that. Same way.
Okay.
Everything is same. I'll do a copy here from this stage now into my, I'll remove this as of now. I can say false also. Right, files loaded. I think I did not truncate it. I'll truncate the basic 2. And files loaded into basic 1. Now I'll load it into basic 2 from the same stage. 25 rows loaded. Okay, so this is all about internal stage, local file system to Snowflake. So you can have any file on your this thing on your local file system, and you can load it into Snowflake. So the options that Snowflake provides, the files that you can load are these ones. CSV. So this CSV can be there can be any delimiter in this, tilde, pipe, or dollar, whatever it is. It's not just comma separated values, right? And for semi-structured, you have JSON, Avro, Parquet, ORC, and XML also. So XML is not written here, but XML is also there. And now they
Do
are,
we have a data structure, column type data structure for storing JSON, Avro and all? It will be a full like
yeah.
long.
Yeah, it's called as variant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when we load this semi-structured, right, that time you will see that.
Okay.
It's called as, so if you create any table, suppose if you go to databases and you go to create a table, suppose you go here, you want to create some table, something. And when you are creating the column here, so if you look at the data types here, you will see variant, this one.
Oh,
This holds all your semi-structured data. Okay, and then you can parse and convert it into rows and columns.
Oh, if for example, if you have an XML, so we would be able to select as a rows from the XML. The same way Oracle.
Yes.
We can do.
Yes. So you have certain functions which Snowflake provides. Based on that, you can convert them into rows and columns.
Yeah. Good.
But all this semi-structured will go in one data type only. That is variant.
Yeah. But we have in Oracle, we have like XML and blob.
And JSON also we have. JSON we have separate.
In Oracle, I don't know. I never encountered. Yeah. Good.
Right. So that is about creating how to load from local file systems, guys. So look quickly, we will look at the copy command, how it looks. Okay, so it's simple, copy into a table, whatever table you want to load from the table, from the location, that is internal stage, external stage, or external location. Then files, what all different files you want to, or you can give a pattern also, that could be a regular expression. And I said you can give a file format name directly, or you can just whatever formats, types, whatever formatting options we choose while creating a file format, that also you can give explicitly. But of course, that will be a little cumbersome to write whole things. So better to create a file format object and simply attach it here. Okay, so there's something called as validation mode. We will see that later. So these copy options, we are going to look into it with great detail. Okay, we're going to look a little more details into it. And yeah, so some copy options like on error, what to do, right? And what purge I told you, then truncate columns, force. Force means even, so here, suppose if we have already loaded the files, and as you know, it will not load it again, right? So if I try to load it again, it will say copy executed on 0 files, because it has the metadata right now here, and it knows that these files have already been loaded, so I should successfully load it. I should not load it again. But if I give this option force equal to true, force equal to true, it will load it again. Okay, even though it's been loaded, and I want to say no, force it, just bypass it, it will load it again, and I have 50 rows here. this is the way how to create a file format. We saw it yesterday, right? Simple create or replace file format and choose all those options. The type of file, all the other formatting options like delimiter, record separator, whether it is double quotes, single quotes, enclosed fields, and all that. And this is the put command. Okay, it has its own separate parameters. Like it will not work on the web UI because it is actually an operating system command. So like for Unix, when you do this FTP, right, put get and all that, it's that kind of command. Then I think you have this override here. If you say override, maybe for example, right now we have this file, right? It will say it will just skipped. But if we say override equal to true, override equal to true. See, it uploaded. So you can use this parameter here to override. By default, it will be false. But if you want to still overwrite it, you can do that like this. So there are certain limited transformations while loading through copy command. Very limited, but not very hi-fi transformations are supported. Very basic ones. But if you want some really complex transformations to be applied, then you can load the data into the table, some staging table, whatever you want, and then you can apply your procedures or functions to do the transformations. So what kind of they do follow they allow for basic transformations. You can reorder the column. Okay, then that is you can give the column names. You can give the column names and just say this column will load first, this column will load second. So we'll see how to do that in some time. And column omission, you can just remove one column and say that we don't want to load this particular column. You can add sequence columns, like you can add sequencers. You can add a sequence which gives a sequence like 1, 2, 3 kind of a pattern. Then you can add timestamp dates, while loading sys date and sys timestamp like that. So in Oracle, in Snowflake, we have current date and all that, but I think you have sys date also. So you say select. How to do that? We'll just see in some. Sys from
No, put bracket, select this date, bracket, open, close.
here like this.
No, this date. How we use current user, right? Remove the do.
So you can use dual, or you don't want to use it also is fine.
Yeah, you don't need, yeah.
Okay, so this way, or current date is also fine. You can use current date also. Current underscore date like this. So it will not give you the whole timestamp, but if you want timestamp, then timestamp. This way you can pick. Up to you, like whatever you want. And casting, you can change the what do you call the data type while loading. Right. So here is where you can change the pattern of the date that you were asking, Shiva. If you want to load it in certain format, you can do that. So, but how to do that? So where do we?
I mean, to care DD, MMY like that.
That way.
Yeah.
So I'll show you. So this is how you do it. You can select data from the stage, and it will show you data in a rows and columns way. So look, let me first, do I have it loaded? Let me see if they are staged here. Okay, I have the file staged here. So I'll just go to the other worksheet, guys, just for this quite crowded there. See guys, I can directly query from the stage, okay? And I have to give the columns like, so I have to give this alias T or whatever name you want to give. And I can access those columns as $1, $2, and $3, and so on. Okay. So I have what? 6 columns, right? So T dot $4, comma T dot 5, comma T dot $6. See, I can get the data in the files, 25 rows, right? So I can get that. And I can get some metadata also, like the like this one, some metadata, like which file name, and which row number it belongs to. See, so this belongs to this row, this record belongs to file 5 and row number 1. So let's quickly see, it's Areen, right? Areen is the first name. Let's go to file number 5 and check for ourselves. File number 5, row number 1, it is saying is Arlene, and row number 4 is Sherlock. 4 is Sherlock. Okay. So this is the metadata dollar file name, metadata dollar file row number. Okay. So this way you can get get this details as well along with the records. So if you want to load the file name also and the row number to which it belongs, that also you can load into your data, into your table. You can add extra columns into your table like this, file name and file row number. You can add to your table and then load the records through this select query. So this will exactly give you which particular metadata, which file it belongs and which row number it belongs. Okay, in case you want to go back and look into that file, you can easily go and traverse it back. So all you have to do is select from the stage and use the columns as $1, $2, $3, like that. You cannot do select star on this. Okay. So if I try this, suppose. Star or T dot star. Okay. T dot star. It doesn't allow. Okay. Or even if I do $, it doesn't allow. You have to explicitly write all the columns.
Abdul, this is possible only when we have structured data, right? If the stage has one arrow, one XML, one like the combination of file type, how it works?
No, then you have to give it into folders like this /employee/ like that.
Oh, so if the same folder has different file format, it won't work. It should not work.
No, it will work, but it will not take as per your this thing. It will give null for the other columns. For example, if I don't have, say, if one file has 4 columns, so it will give null for other ones. For example, this only. Suppose we have only 6 columns, right? So if I say I want to see $7 and 8. $7, $8. Okay, it's giving this thing.
Yeah, so maybe for semi-structured data, it will show one column with the full XML file, and others will be null like that. Somehow,
Yeah,
it should show. Yeah,
like that. Yeah, and see in the first one, it has broken into 7 because we had a comma in between somewhere here in this address somewhere here. That is why it's made it 7 columns.
Abdul, can you put a where condition check for the filter?
Yeah, we can do here.
Okay.
Where? But you cannot put it in copy command while doing it in copy command. Suppose you are trying to say that can we filter it during copy command, right?
Somewhere we need to filter before I'm going to production table. The same as
Yeah, that you can
copy
do.
action.
We can do copy where conditions. Just let me see. Is that a where condition? Yeah, you can do this. Or you want to just go for some files, that specific file maybe. Only you want to see for, say, file number 3. This way also you can do.
Okay.
But you cannot put this condition while doing a copy command. So let me put this here now. Let me truncate those tables. And I will put, and I'll just bring this copy command there only. Here, and instead of this stage here, I can give this whole thing. Okay, so right now I don't have these ones, right? Let me remove that. Yeah, here. Sorry, this one. I'll just remove this part and all this. Okay. Statement, copy statement only supports simple select from stage statements for import. Okay, which means it doesn't allow this where condition. Now let me remove this. Insert value does not match column list, expecting 6 but got 7.
7th you need to take it out. That's after 6. In the select you are given, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So see,
But actually, maybe this should be one of the drawback. The reason why I'm telling no. See, I worked in one company. They give you a dump actually. In that no, when you load the dump, we should exclude the VIP customers from the telecalling. Right. If that is the
okay.
case, no, if we don't have exclusion, no, I need to copy all the data. Maybe this is one of the drawback I see. Okay.
So how did you do it?
That's not in the Snowflake actually. That will do it in the SQL import.
Yeah. So how did you do? I mean, you added, you have a where condition, like when you're loading, you already have a where condition in your import.
No. That what we'll do, no, like how we are doing in Snowflake, we'll copy to table and then in procedure we'll do it. But that will not use an ETL tool actually. So that's not a part. Directly in SQL, we have option to right click and import the notepad actually. Through that option we will do. But after procedure we'll do it. But this is a kind of ETL tool. This transformation need to come. Else, no, I will be doing all the records actually.
Okay. But this is not a ETL tool. This is a data warehouse. And SQL loader is there in Oracle. That gives you flexibility to have where conditions in between. Like when you're dumping from that one single file, you can add where condition that you want to just load that only. But somehow Snowflake has not given this. Maybe in future they might come. I don't know. Come up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you're saying, it could have been a great, great feature if they could have provided. But I think there might be some restriction because of maybe, like Shiva said, if you have multiple files with different structures and something like that, that could be an issue. Not sure what is the exact reason for this, but yeah. And it is not actually, this is not actually a real table also. This is just converted on the fly based on the, it is just giving you a logical representation in rows and forms, rows and columns. It is not an actual table. This stage is not a table actually. It is storing just the files there.
Yeah, it's a metadata for the files and columns. The metadata cannot be stored for the data inside the file. It is not feasible, right?
Right.
Right. If you want to maintain a metadata for the millions of records, what user loads, right? It is not feasible.
Yes. So, yeah. Yeah. So, if no doubts, we can proceed further, guys. Just before wrapping up, I will take this directory table. So there's an option to create a directory table while creating a stage. Okay, so I just showed you some time back to hold on to that. So when you are creating a stage here, right? So you have an option called create directory table and enable it is equal to true or false. I mean, you don't have to create explicitly. You just have to mention directory it will be true or false, and it automatically Snowflake will produce it for you. Okay, create it for you. But again, it is only a read-only kind of a table. So what it stores is, it stores a catalog of staged files in cloud storage. So the files that you are storing in the cloud that you have staged, right? It will show you where it is actually stored. Okay. Roles with sufficient privilege can query directory table. So obviously you need to have access on the stage. Then this is not a database object. It is implicit object layered on the stage. Okay. Then it will be applicable to both internal and external stages. When you're creating them, you can have this option as true if you want to. And then it will store the Snowflake hosted file URL to each file in the stage. So wherever that URL is there in the cloud, it basically these files are getting stored somewhere in the cloud, right? So it will show you the URL of that file where it is stored. So we'll create one stage with this option and I'll show it to you. It's very simple only.
You are creating name stage now.
Yeah, it is option for name stage only. I mean, for name stage or external stage. So external stage we have not come up with yet. It's there somewhere here. Yeah. So I'm creating a internal stage. Okay. When you don't say anything here, internal or external, it considers it as internal stage only. And I'm creating one internal stage, so I'll create it in demo_db internal stages, and I'll say my internal stage, and directory option I'll make it as true. Okay, so my internal stage is created. If I go and look at the databases and stages here, I'll have two stages here. This one also. Okay. So my directory table is enabled now for this one, and I will try to put the files here now. I will first say rm from here. And I will put in my_int_stage. I have put the files in the my internal stage here. So if I go and list it there, I should see those files. My stage, yeah, it's there. And I had said that you need to have the directory table as enabled. So you need to refresh explicitly the stage to check your directory table like this, alter stage, the name of the stage, refresh. And then you can do the select from the directory table. And let's see what it shows. So you have to pass the name of the stage. It shows you the file URL.
Abdul, this Venkat, I could not get to currently what you're doing.
Yeah, so when you're creating a stage for internal stage, there's an option called as directory.
Okay.
So that directory, if you enable it, is true. That time, that directory, it will basically store the information of the files that you're storing. So this is, so somewhere these stage files are there somewhere in the Snowflake managed space, right? Some cloud storage. It is somewhere there. So these are the URLs that you will see where your files, each file is actually stored in the stage. These URL. You see this?
Yeah.
In a private link. You see this? It's somewhere in a private link of Snowflake where it has stored the file. So when you do put, right? So when you have done put from your local system to Snowflake stage, so it might have gone somewhere in the cloud storage, right? Those files might have gone and sit in somewhere where Snowflake managed space was there. So it shows you that information. If you enable this option as true, directory equal to true, and then you put some files, and if you refresh, if you once you refresh the stage, you can go and select star from directory and give the name of the stage. It will show you where the file URL is existing, although you cannot access it. See, employee one is somewhere in this private link snowflake.computing, somewhere it is there. But if I try to access it, see, it will say forbidden. It's not, you cannot access it. Okay, so this is the actual.
Is there any way they give because if they give a URL, which means that there should be some option to access the file by URL.
No, I don't know how to access this. It is some private link. If you see that private link, this one here. But I mean, you can research if you want. Like, I don't know exactly how we can access this. But yes, if you want to see where it is exactly putting those files, it is somewhere in this URL. For each file, there is a separate URL. 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So if you put one new file, you will have to refresh this page, and then when you see it again, you will see the other new file also.
Yeah.
So maybe
this is the drawback, right? Why? So they should have automatically refreshed every time a put command has been triggered. So they wanted us to explicitly refresh. It's a headache.
Actually, you don't use this actually much. I mean, this is not of any use for us as such, because we won't go and look at what URL is it at and all that. It is just for your information. I just shared this thing. Like if you want to, because basically, here we are not able to visualize from the stage when you are putting your files from local to your stage, where is it actually going? So I just wanted to show you that, it is going at some URL in Snowflake managed space. That's why I showed you this example. Otherwise, we won't normally use this at all.
Yeah, either we can do through list, right? Or the
Yes.
metadata, the structure we saw, right? $1, $2 that way. These are the two ways
Yeah.
that we can see the files.
Yeah. But actual location, physical location, you will get from directory table, like that URL, which URL. In this, you will not get that URL. You will just see,
Yeah.
okay, this is in the state somewhere.
Yeah.
And that $1, $2 is basically to show you the contents of the file.
Yeah. Maybe extension of this $1 $2 version
Yeah.
details.
Okay. So I had actually removed it from there and put it in another stage. So what I want you guys to do is, right, one assignment that, create this same table, right, and store the file name and the row number also. So can you do it in next 15 minutes? I will share the files on the drive. I'll put all these data files into the drive, and in next 15 minutes, I'll share the script also on the chat. Just a minute. I'll share the table. I'm not going to give you the actual table for which you are going to do the assignment. I'm just giving you the basic one which I did. You have to do your own tweaks on it and then come up with the solution. So this is the one. Okay, and I will put all these files in the drive. Just a minute. Where is our drive? Okay, and here. Put this whole folder only for you guys. And next week also, I'm giving you one assignment once you do this. I'll tell you that in a while. Files. We have. Yeah, so we have the files. Okay. I will keep this open for you guys. You're free to use any stage, user stage, table stage, you create internal stage, any stage. But yeah, but use name stage only, because you will not get those metadata from there. Okay, so can you guys quickly load these files? Even one file, if you load, that is also fine. Okay. Up to you. But I want that my table should store the file name also and the record number, row number of that file also. Guys, you got the files? Are you able to download them?
Yeah, downloading up.
Okay, let me know if you have the permission to download, right?
Yeah, I'm able to download.
Okay, So guys, what you have to do is you have to first create a table. Okay, I gave you that script. You need to do certain tweaks there. Okay, then you need to create a stage. Okay, you need to create a file format. Then you need to have SnowSQL, put the files into your stage, then use the copy command. So 5-6 steps are there. So Arumuga, have you downloaded that SnowSQL?
I connected from mobile. Abdul.
Oh, okay,
So
okay,
not be able
okay.
to do.
No problem. So this week you can maybe just watch
Yeah.
the recordings and you can do that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I'll be back in 10 minutes, guys. So hopefully we will be at some stage when I'm back.
Abdul, one doubt alone. Hello, Abdul. Vinod, the file எங்க employed எந்த directoryல இருக்கு? Actually,
நீங்க இது ரிஃப்ரெஷ் பண்ணுங்க. ஆக்சுவலா ரிஃப்ரெஷ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா டேட்டா செட்னு ஒன்று காட்டும். அதுக்குள்ள போனீங்கன்னா எம்ப்ளாயி
recording full என்ன இருக்கும்?
ரெக்கார்டிங்ஸ்குள்ள
Data set, okay.
டேட்டா செட் அதுக்குள்ளார இன்னும் 2 லெவல் உள்ள போனீங்கன்னா அது இருக்கும்.
Files இருக்கு அதுக்குள்ளயா?
ஆமா.
Okay. வினோத் இந்த ஸ்கிரிப்ட்ஸ்லாம் எங்க போட்டிருக்காரு? காப்பி கமெண்ட் அதெல்லாம், புட் கமெண்ட்லாம்.
அதை நானும் தேடிட்டு இருக்கேன். ஆக்சுவலா நான் அவர் இன்னும் அப்லோட் பண்ணலன்னு நினைக்கிறேன் ஸ்கிரிப்ட. பார்த்த வரைக்கும் அந்த லேட்டஸ்ட் ஃபைல்ல நோட் பேட் எதுவும் இல்ல. இன்னைக்கு அப்லோட் பண்ணது.
ஓகே.
அவரு அந்த ஒர்க் ஷீட்லயே இருக்கு கமெண்ட்ஸ், அதுல இருந்து ரெஃபர் பண்ணுங்கன்னாரு. பட் ஆனா இப்ப அந்த ஃபைல்ஸ்ல இருக்கு டேப்.
Okay, guys. So
Yeah,
I'm
Abdul,
back. Yeah.
the steps we were searching for the notepad. Think it is not uploaded. I thought you.
No,
Yeah,
no, no.
it is.
I have not uploaded a notepad. I just want you guys to try on your own. Till what stage are you there?
No, actually, I only created on the table and then I wanted to create that internal stage. Actually.
Okay, so just go here. No? Go to first create a file format.
A table I've created, file format.
Yeah, go to the file format here. Databases. This is file formats here. You have downloaded that files, those files, employee files?
Yeah, Abdul.
Okay. Maybe you can share your screen. I'll just make you host. I'll give you the commands as well on the chat.
So file formats we need to download.
No, you have to create.
Okay.
I'm sending the put file command, put command also. And I'm sending.
Yeah, I've created the file format now.
Just a second. Yeah, you have created the file format. Show me.
Yeah, can you see?
Click on edit? Can you click on edit? Comma, row separator, column separator is fine. Okay. Okay. Can you click
These
on
are all
date format?
automated.
Can you click on date format? Yeah, that is all auto. Okay, so Siva, you can give here also when you are loading the date. You can give your own others. You can go to others and give your own date format. Anyway, yeah, just keep it auto.
Okay.
Yeah, install is fine. Okay, finish. All right, now you have created table. Can you show me the table that you've created? Okay, so but I told you that I want to store file name as well as the row number of that particular record to which that record belongs in the file name. So by this structure, it will not store that, right?
I didn't get that, Abdul. The row name?
I'm saying you need to store the file name also to which that, so we have 5 files, right? Employee files.
Yeah.
So I want to store file names as well as the row number of that record to which file it belongs, and in that file at which row it belongs. I want to store that as well.
Okay.
So with this column structure, you cannot store anywhere, right? So you need to add 2 more columns. Add in the beginning. Don't add it at the end. You can add anywhere, but let's add in the beginning.
Row count, right?
Row.
Where is the table structure? The table DDL. Where do you put?
Chat.
Row count, right?
Yeah, you can give anything. Row number. Give row number. Row number. Yeah, give row number, not row count. You can give that here as number also. Okay, you can now create it.
So again, I need to go to the database and create the DDL, right?
So you already created now, right?
Yeah, this is based on the, yeah.
This is just a file format. This is,
Okay.
you are telling what file format you're going to load.
Okay.
Okay. So now next is you need to put the files in stage, right? So you need to create, so you can put it user and table stage also and load it, but we will use name stage. That is all, that we will create it separately. The third kind of stage in the internal stage category, we have
Okay.
third stage, which is called name stage, that we will create, right? So go to stage. We have not created stage yet. So let's go to web UI, go to databases, go to DemoDB. Then you see that stages there, stages on the top. Yeah, create. Select the first one, that is for local system. Next, right, give some name, my stage or whatever you want to give. My internal stage, something like anything, whatever you want. Schema public is fine. Finish. Okay, now you have created a stage.
Okay.
So stage is ready, right? So now you want to put your files from your local system into your stage. So I have given you that put command.
Okay.
Can you open it? Put command. Yeah. So here, give the name of your stage. Yeah, just copy it. Give the name of your stage. That is in public schema, right?
Yes, it is in public schema.
Yeah. So give all that correctly. Public. Why internal state? Now, where have you kept your files? Copy that path. No, till employees, till employee only. Just go back, till little back. Yeah, till there. Give a slash. Yeah. Now you cannot run this from here. Okay.
Yes.
You have to
Yeah.
run this from
In
SnowSQL.
the SnowSQL. Yeah.
Use public schema. Use schema space public. It's okay. You can just write public in semicolon, enter. Semicolon. Okay. Now fire that put command.
Actually, I'm not able to copy it.
Right click.
Yeah.
Enter.
So this forward slash is correct, right?
Yes. Okay. All your files are uploaded. Correct?
Yeah.
Now, just hold on. I told you. Just wait. Huh? I'm giving you that command. Huh? Just a minute. Chat. Yeah, I just copied one command in the chat. Can you see?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you copy paste that? Yeah. So just do some changes wherever that is as per my table name, right? That is as per my stage. So do those changes there. No, that is the stage name. My internal stage. That AMP basic, percent AMP basic, that is the stage name.
Okay.
And you don't have to give percentage. Just remove that percentage. That is only for table stage. Okay. Now for file format, give like this. You don't have to explicitly give those file formats. Replace that file format thing with this. I'm giving you one. I just gave that on the chat. Yeah, remove that whole thing, that whole line. Yeah, now the file format that you have created, right? You created in DemoDB public.
Yeah.
Yeah, remove that file formats, right? Public. What is the name of your file format?
Employee basic.
Okay. Basic, okay. Now copy this. Okay, don't fire it, okay?
Abdul,
Don't fire, yeah.
I'm not able to open that command prompt. What is the initial query?
C SnowSQL -C and your connection name.
Okay.
So yeah, go to the web UI. Yeah, just copy paste that somewhere here. Okay, take that select out, just that select out. Copy it somewhere else. Okay, come below somewhere. No, there only. You did not have to, I mean, cut it from there. Just fire this select.
Okay.
Only this select. Okay, so this is what you're going to load in your table.
Okay.
Okay, file name, then the row number to which it belongs, and all the other employee details, right? So now
Yeah.
copy paste that query back at that copy command. Don't run it still, I'll tell you. Okay, yeah, copy this whole command, this copy command. Go to the prompt, copy paste it, right click. Right. From here also we can run this, right? So just enter. My internal stage doesn't exist. What is the name of your stage? My internal stage. Yeah, go there. And my internal. Go to the worksheet. No, web UI worksheet. The Snowflake worksheet. You had fired this query, right? Somewhere. Okay. Okay. Do one thing. Can you okay, run this command here only. DemoDB public. My internal state doesn't exist. DemoDB public.
So
Okay.
this should be a table, right? My table.
Yeah. That is table. Yeah.
Sorry. My bad.
Yeah. Now copy this in that NoSQL. Do a Control L. Yeah. Now copy. Yeah. Enter.
Yes.
Okay. File loaded. All loaded successfully.
Yes.
One failed. That
Yeah,
third
that is
failed.
the date one which is having this name.
Some issue. Okay. Fine. So go and select now in your table. See if it is getting the rows back. Okay. So you have the file names also. So say, can you just expand that file name? Okay. Now copy that employee for the whole thing, that whole file name, and just that file name. Yeah, the whole thing, csv.gz, everything. Yeah. Now do a where condition, where file underscore name equal to file underscore name equal to quotes. Okay, make that 3 instead of 4. Yeah, execute. Yeah. See, nothing loaded from file 3, right? Because of that issue. So
Okay.
this is how, if you want to know like which file exactly had issue and which row number had problem, or you want to just go back and see for some maybe data discrepancy or whatever, so you can go like this.
Mhm.
Okay.
So this is the command that adds the file name and the row number.
These two metadata columns, metadata $file name, metadata $file row number. They will give you the file name and row number to which that row belongs.
Okay.
Okay, so guys, I'm having some headache. I'm not able to take your questions right now. If any questions, just WhatsApp me tomorrow. I'll try to answer it. Or you can, if you don't have, if you want to wait for next Saturday, Sunday, then I will address the questions. Okay. So I will drop this call now. So guys, whoever did not do this, just look at this. Look at this thing how Vinod did, and I will also drop the scripts in the drive, so you guys can have a look at it. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Thanks.
Thanks guys, and have a good week ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you.